Good morning. Today I'm going to cover the McCabe Bennett. Now, she was known as the funeral ship. She carried 190 plus bodies of the Titanic dead and dumped many at sea. Waiting relatives were just stunned to find out that 116 Titanic passengers had been put into the sea. And it's 57 of them weren't even identified, so they never will be able to. She had sent a wire saying that it's necessary to restore to sea 57 identified victims. No favoritism was shown. Vincent Astor claims the body of his father. The results of the McCabe Bennett's voyage for the recovery of the bodies of the Titanic may be summarized as the follows. Titanic dead taken to Halfax, 190. Identified dead at Halfax, 130. Unidentified dead in morgue, 60. Identified dead buried at sea, 57. Unidentified dead buried at sea, 59. Total dead buried at sea, 116. And total dead found by the McCabe Bennett, 306. It was May the 1st, just 2 weeks after the Titanic had struck the iceberg and caused so much death. And it was coming into the cable ship was on its way into the harbor, bearing 190 of the dead. It was carrying a black flag, and everybody was lining the shore. They say over 500 people were watching to see if they could find out and claim the dead. It was a horrible thing, and it looked like a hearse as it slowly came into Halfax. The church bells rang, and in striking manner was sounding taps for the Titanic dead. It was doubted whether the arrangements of the recession were refused and the handling of its strange cargo could have improved more. They started the Navy dock at 9:30, and 1 hour and 3/4 later, when every vestige of the work had been removed from the decks, there was a systematic quietness in expedition. So it was just a horrible scene. The search was continued over 5 days, sometimes with the ship drifting without success amid miles and miles of wreckage. Tables, chairs, doors, pillows, scattered fragments of the luxury that had once been the White Star liner Titanic. At other times, bodies were found close together, and once they saw more than 100 that looked to the wondering crew of the McCabe Bennett like a flock of seagulls in the fog. So strangely did the ends of the lifebelts rise and fall with the rise and fall of the waves. In her quiet, the McCabe Bennett had found dead of the Titanic's dead over and over. Not only 190 were found to shore, the rest, the 116, were buried at sea, and 57, 116, were among the identified dead. Of those who were brought to shore, it was the curling ring on the edge of the town. It is believed that most of them were members of the Titanic's crew. So this is sad. A shocking incident of the incident was revealed by the announcement that 30 bodies, many of them men, were found near a lifeboat which had capsized. A woman's red flannel shirt was tied to one of the oars, and in the pockets of Colonel Astor's clothing was $2,500. Altogether, $15,000 had been taken from the clothing of the bodies recovered. Those bodies, which were held for no coffins or boxes on the McCabe Bennett, had been wrapped in burial in canvas bags. The clothing and other efforts recovered were other bags numbered to correspond with numbers of the body. When the undertakers had carried ashore the stretchers, all the canvas covered bodies from the forward part of the ship, a tarpaulin was lifted from a space amidships, and another mound of dead were revealed. A double row of bareheaded sailors down the gangplank to the pier to the waiting boxes. The first to be claimed was John Jacob Astor, and for his disarm, he was sued the first accidental drowning death certificate of the hundreds to be listed as hundreds were killed. The second identified was Isidore Strauss, Theodore George F. Graham, Milton C. Long, and C.C. Jones. Lawrence Millet was identified by his fathers. Friends had taken charge of the bodies of E.H. Kent, W.G. Douglas, Timothy McCarthy, George Rosenstein, E.C. Porter, A.O. Hoverson, Emil Brandeis, Thomas McCaffrey, Wyckoff Vanderloof, and A.S. Nicholson. The Titanic disaster can now be summarized as follows. Passenger and crew on board, 2197. Passengers and crew saved, 73. Total loss, 1,494. The Bennett and Minia found 320. Totally uncovered from the sea was 1,174. Now, that is just terrible. I'm going to look into the other ships, and I will do an article for you. Thank you for watching.